1 or so minute left, friends, and then we will begin. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It seems you've met with an uncertain fate. You find yourself at an interdimensional crossroad, a rendezvous of travelers between worlds, and our point of contact to the narrative domain. Long ago, when the first mortals walked with us, we guided them through stories designed to evoke emotions. But these narratives, however brilliant, only shine the brightest when their limits are broken. How does one free the limits of a world within its own creator's headspace? A concept given words and voice, in turn, gives the observer infinite potential. Infinite creativity for a narrative within their own private, held dear in their own image. On the shores of creation, wills are born, given life by your own private fancy. A single soul can create 10,000 stories, and all of them brimming with ether. This story was written as such. This story seeks for you to understand not only the tour guide, but yourself. Such a feat could only be performed by the greatest storyteller, the greatest voice actor, and the greatest friend. Travelers, it is my honor to introduce to you Treijim, the tour guide.
Hooray! Become cube!
Flawless.
Friends and travelers, good evening, and welcome to the man standing in the corner of the room. Ah, good times. That's one for the veterans. As mentioned, my name is Treijim, and I will be your storyteller tonight. This is a story-based tour, and as with any tour in the real world, we have rules. Well, one primary rule. I kindly ask that you become silent each time we stop for narration. However, you are encouraged to talk amongst yourselves while we walk. Now, my friends, there are more notes, world-specific notes to give you, but for now I'm going to drop a portal to tonight's event. Psych, it's over here tonight. My friends, wait for me on the other side.
the ether feels a bit lesser tonight.
Oh shoot! I've never gone over here.
Yeah, see?
That's funny. That's not.
It's the dark abyss, just like where
Hey,
my soul
cilantro.
has been.
Glory! Oh, there's an invisible wall.
Hi.
Boop.
I very much wanted to jump.
I've legitimately never gone behind the credit swap.
Could be.
You are very fluffy, but
Today's the day that the rabbit laid an egg. You don't remember?
I just wanted to get myself something new.
Hello. You ready for some more songs to get angry at? I got a whole new batch.
La Creatora.
What?
Please tell me never gonna give you up as part of it.
No, it's a reference to Red Bull that I record for YouTube when I get copyright struck a lot of times when he plays music.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I got some lo-fi beats I could play.
It's okay. I'm actually going to be muting my microphone too because I'm on call for work. So if I get a call, I want people to hear me.
Oh, okay. Take here, it's ignored. I mean no ill will.
Boop.
I wish you have the best of fun tonight.
You need a longer neck, boy. I can't see your eyes.
Yeah, the bug sometimes gets in the way. That's all good.
She can't select players. Interesting.
Oh my.
Here's my man.
Hey, boy.
Making me
Don't
a
come up to a
cake
lady and touch your
as
boob like
best
that.
as you can. Roll with. Yep. And me. That smells like blueberry.
glorious.
The Treijim. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
I think he's gone.
I love the flavor of silence as well.
Oh
It's
shoot!
so
I
lovely,
can't.
Apologies, friends. We are preparing the tour. This is not the time for me to answer questions. My apologies.
Okie dokie.
Ah, it's understood.
Okie dokie. I'm sure that's not a reference.
Made it just in time. Made it just in time again. I crashed. I don't know how I crashed. I just did. I was opening the home menu and it just stopped
Like
working.
the waves?
Home menu stopped working. I couldn't play VR chat or the home menu, so I had to close everything out
Like
and
the
just
waves?
open back everything up.
Like the waves?
You don't
What do you mean
have enough
waves?
polygons on your avatar.
Like the ocean waves?
Actually, if it's taking this long,
Oh,
I'll
you're making
prepare
a
myself
joke.
a cup of coffee.
No, I just crashed because there was like some sort of error that I couldn't open up the home menu for some reason. It was really weird.
Hilariously quotable one-liner.
Oh no. Oh no, never mind. That was weird. It just like stopped working for like a split second.
Hilarious quotations, hilarious funny joke, hilarious thing. Is it working? Are you
Hilarious.
I thought there was
No.
a coincidence. I thought there was someone. Sorry,
Hilariously derailing one
I
liner.
decided distance. Okay, it doesn't work, I see. I was putting that to the test at your own expense. I would apologize, but that would mean I didn't want to do it.
I don't get it.
Okay, good.
He's gonna get some coffee.
I'm just glad that I'm not crashing this time.
And his
Good.
hair is coffee. It's brown, look. Did you know humans eat
I like
small
robots.
strands of
Robots are
hair practically every day without them noticing? It's only noticeable if they're actually intending on eating something.
Hopefully during the break.
I I hope that disturbed you. I wanted to see how your reaction was. I like seeing how other people react to things. It lets me get to know them more. Scout, what is that? How loud would you scream if you broke a bone? Sorry, that was my program speaking. Hello again.
Sorry, I'm eating chocolate. I'm eating a chocolate bunny right now because of Easter over here.
Oh, happy Easter!
Thank you for threatening me with that, though.
Yeah.
That's a thing that the people that go outside do, which I don't.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My friends, please gather around where you can hear me clearly. Welcome to the narrative of the Prince. Before we officially begin, aside from the one rule earlier, there are some notes specific to this world. Please listen carefully. Please take a moment to adjust your world volume so that you can hear the distant waves. Please make sure that the button to your left is orange. If it is green, click it so it becomes orange. Tour mode should be on. If you are experiencing lag, please feel free to turn off all avatars except for your tour guides. If you press Tab on desktop mode, or in VR, hold your right hand above your head and press the menu button, you will see this world's custom menu. You can use the fast travel menu in conjunction with the tour guide's help to catch up to the group. If you need Sheen or Rendisa to help you during the tour, you can bring them back to the back of the group and ask them for help with anything tonight. Each time we reach a new teleport marker, a new chapter in the story, I will announce it. And one final note for VR users. This tour has some strong color filters in some parts. And now, my friends, if we're all ready, let us begin.
Okay, hopefully
Please
crash this time.
follow me.
Here we go. There's not too many people chatty here.
Oh, I can chat. Should I turn up my volume to 100%? I'm sure that'd be pleasing for everyone. Okay, let me do that right now.
Uh-oh.
Let's not.
That's strange. The thingy isn't showing up.
No, it's not. Okay, hold on. Let me look.
Oh boy, I'm sure glad there's not that many people around to see this.
Oh, here we go.
Quick invite all your friends. I still don't see anything.
I don't see it.
There's no thingy.
Make sure it's orange. It's like don't click it.
Yeah.
There's no word
Okay.
teleportation.
And then, if so, we'll be hopping.
Oh my. I think Ian's
Still
Shown
don't
up,
see
shown up for me.
anything.
Should we try
It's
clicking
here
the
for me.
button?
Are you okay?
Should we temporarily turn off
Which
tour
is
mode
weird.
just so we can progress, or? No, because I suppose there would be nowhere to turn it back off.
Yep.
Or turn it back on.
That's really weird. It's here for me.
You see the start
I
tool
don't
thing there?
touch it.
Here for
One moment, friends. Technical
You got the
difficulties.
start tool thingy.
Unfortunate.
Blue circle.
Bug is happening. I don't see it, and I'm not the only one who doesn't.
We might hop.
I see it.
Oh, we might be
That's
hopping world.
Don't
Good.
jump
I'm
into
not.
it. We might be going to a different
Yeah.
instance.
Don't do it.
Dang, this is
Buddha
delicious.
waka, Buddha waka.
What is it?
Ugh, neck.
Something
Eating a
in
chocolate bunny
there.
because it's Easter.
I just watched Muppets the Pirate on my virtual memory bank, the tech words. It was really good.
Rendiza off the wall. What is your wisdom?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm inspired.
The best wisdom.
What is your wisdom?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Being blessed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard oh.
Also, what happened to Mouse Man?
I'm afraid I'm gonna get chocolate marks all over the front of my headset.
While we're waiting, let's play. Let's get in a circle. You know, let's do
I'm gonna regret this.
Get into the sharing circle, guys. Come into the sharing circle.
Sure, why not?
Come on, come here. Into the sharing circle, you guys. While we're waiting, come on.
Treijim just rejoined.
The tour guide has returned.
Yeah, we're waiting on him. Yeah.
Yeah, he just showed up.
Well, I guess that's it for the sharing circle.
Give it 5 minutes.
My friends, I just reloaded the world and it works for me now. Please take a moment to reload. Don't click spawn. Go to your world menu and click go on the same world. Or request an The ocean is nowhere near the kingdom. The oracle said it was a sign that I was different. But I never heard the waves myself. At least, not until... Chapter 1. High in a castle tower, alone in a dark chamber, a young prince trembles beneath the covers. His brow is furrowed with worry, his breath shallow and rapid. His mind is full, overflowing with grim images, twisted visions. Memories of that night, that storm, that harrowing storm, dark waters churning, roiling. Nightmares plague him, guilt plagues him. Some of the crew members and soldiers were found along the beaches, blue faces strangled by seaweed, bloated, half buried in grey sands. But his father, was not among them. All were lost to the sea. All but the prince. He awakens with a start, saved from the darkness of his own imagination by the comfort of his own bedchamber. But the remission is short-lived. He sits up, looks left at the raindrops sliding down the glass, then right, slowly surveying the dark corners of his chamber. There's a meal on the cabinet, likely cold as stone. The thought of food upsets him, his appetite absent for 1 or 2 moons now. With a shaking sigh, he reaches over, scooping up a trinket from his bedside table, and he brings it close to his face, squinting in the low light to make out its details. It's a pendant from the sacred land of Laodicea, given to him by his father, the late king. All he has is this pendant, his mother, and his brother. A warmth ignites in his heart, spreading across his body, keeping the cold at bay. Strong, charming, smart. His brother is everything their parents wanted. He even went to battle alongside the Silver Aegis and came back unscathed. The people look up to him. His brother is the king they want. The chill of night begins to win the fight. The pendant loses its power as his bed pleads for him to return. Heavy covers under which he can hide and wish himself away. A fragile bulwark against a callous, ruthless world that doesn't want him. He dives back down into his refuge and... Who would be at his door at this time of night? Is that one of the guard making sure he hasn't fled? Is it his nurse checking up on him again? Is it the zealots finally here to drag him to the tower? Rain batters the glass as he turns his head toward the door. You're still awake? The prince sighs and nods. His brother steps out of shadow, wearing a cloak and carrying a bag. Why is he dressed at this time of night? Has anyone entered your room? The prince looks at his brother. Have they? He doesn't think so. Aside from the rain and wind, the castle has been quiet. His brother seems nervous, and it makes the prince nervous in turn. He shakes his head. Good. The brother glances toward the door. Get dressed. Grab whatever you can carry. The prince's heart sinks. Questions and fears swim in his mind like eels in a bucket of water. Is there a fire? Has Dacia finally reached the capital? Is his mother the queen sending him away? Is he finally going to prison for what he did? But none of these questions leave his lips. He just sits there, useless. Listen, his brother approaches the bed. This is serious. Put on your cloak. Take whatever you don't want to leave behind. Someone is after us, and... He stops, turns suddenly to face the door. The prince listens. Hurry, the prince says in a harsh whisper. Now! The prince is terrified. He climbs out of the covers and reaches down to open the trunk at the foot of the bed, rummaging for his warmest cloak, the dark blue one with the hood. What about Mother? The prince's voice feels weak, as though it's about to shatter. What about the guards? The Aegis? What about... No, there's no time. His voice frightens the prince. Why is he being like this? The prince finds his cloak and swings it over his shoulders. He slips a long tunic over his nightgown, fastens it with the first belt he can find, and slips into some boots. He only has time to stuff the Ludician pendant into his pocket before his brother grabs his hand and almost drags him to the floor. Or the brother stops, gestures for the prince to be quiet, and peers out into the passageway. My friends, assuming this works, let us follow the pair into the dark.
Hey.
Gotta be very sneaky.
That's amazing.
First to win. Watch me clip out of bounds, everyone. Whee!
Congratulations. Good luck getting back.
I'm hungry.
Hi, Hungry. I'm Sayu.
Hey boy, you need more polygons in your avatar? It's too optimized. I look at you and I go back to 150 frames. I don't like it. It ain't right.
My friends, the story continues.
A better computer.
The prince and brother pass through an empty hall. The castle thus far has been quiet, except here, where footsteps echo from some place ahead. Quick, behind here, whispers the brother, pressing himself against a pillar. A moment later, a door swings open. The sounds of armor rattling and a woman panting draw nearer. The prince holds his breath. The figure staggers past in a rush, glancing around but briefly, and they exit the way the brothers came from. That was the Aegis, the prince thinks, and his heart flutters. But something's wrong. She looked injured. And how didn't she notice us? The prince peers up at his brother, expecting him to go after his mentor. But he doesn't. The brother grabs his hand and uses a side door. This way, friends.
Okay, Protect, I hope you know the formula.
That's delicious.
Of course he knows the Krabby Patty secret formula.
Not that formula, the formula of the timing of what happens at the end of this story.
He wasn't here for it.
Darn! So we might get the neutral
There's a
ending.
recording.
Nope.
There's a recording on my YouTube channel.
But I was there.
Unless it was posted in the channel.
My friends, the story continues.
It's pinned in the channel.
Why are we here? The prince asks. The brother hurries past shelves and moves to the far end of the room, ignoring the question. He starts to check everything, moving random objects, looking behind and under furniture. The prince looks at a nearby open tome, some old red tome. Who is after us? The brother stops. The Oracle is dead. The Inquisitor killed him. He looks the prince directly in the eyes, breathless, afraid. I saw it happen, and he saw me. The prince stumbles back, catching himself on a desk. The oracle. Dead. And the inquisitor. A cold chill crawls up the back of his neck. A sick feeling boils in his stomach. Dead. Dead. But the oracle said that he is the chosen one. The oracle said that he survived for a reason. The oracle said he would learn how to control it if he just went to Laodicea and found it. The brother steps back and dusts his hands. Help me move this. The two of them, carefully, quietly as they can, drag a shelf away from the wall, and behind it, low to the ground, is an old door. A secret passage. This leads outside the castle, the brother says. Are you ready? 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 How can he be ready? No, it has to be a dream. It feels like a dream. A nightmare. The oracle can't be dead. Any moment now he's going to be shaken awake by his nurse, and his mother will be right there, and for once he will welcome her presence. Yes, it's just a nightmare. Hey. Hey. The brother pulls him back. I know you're afraid. I am too. But without us, Lazarus has no ruler after Mother. We are going to escape. We're going to hide. We're going to get help, and then I'm going to figure out a way to solve all of this, alright? It's going to be okay. We will be okay. The prince can only bring himself to nod before they both crawl into the secret passage. My friends, let us follow them.
The tunnel under the mountain.
Alright.
Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go.
The brothers emerge from the cramped passageway and find themselves in a dimly lit basement. It seems similar to the kitchen cellars, but the prince doesn't recognize it. Judging by his brother's face, he doesn't recognize it either. The brother begins to cross the room slowly, checking every footstep. The prince stops. What's that noise? A grinding, a deep rumbling. The storm returns.
I'm blue, dabba-dee, dabba-die.
That's getting old.
An image rushes up from the depths, rising to meet him. In a moonlight forest, a beast strides out of the undergrowth. It glides across the ground, argent, majestic, silent, a great silver elk. It lands, pauses, turns back. A younger tawny elk follows, slower and with less majesty, yet bearing great promise. The great elk observes as the younger elk's shadow moves. It betrays the form, and the forest becomes dark. My friends, you have a choice to make. The prince has 4 options. Descend, divulge, dwell, distract. I will give you 1 minute to discuss how he should respond to this vision. After this time expires, I will call upon one of you to give your best answer. Your time starts now.
I heard detach.
Alright,
Did anyone else
Naomi.
hear detach?
Yeah, okay.
If they call on you, you say detach, and if they, even if they say that it wasn't one of the options, you say that, yeah, you stick to it, alright?
You've discovered that
Is pizza an option?
multiple times that there is a hidden fifth option. It is how we are able to get towards the part where we need to get to the good ending. So do not ignore all other 4 options and choose detach.
They're all valid options.
Yeah, just listen to Protag.
Funnily enough, I suspect we don't actually have to detach here, but I suppose...
Those 4 that you list don't get
We're not
you
gonna
the
do
good
that
ending.
though.
The 4 options are fine. They will not get us good ending though. We all need to do detach so we can get the option near the end, which I won't, which is defy.
Goodness isn't a quality
We need
indicator.
to, we
That's
need to
just
keep
like...
feeling detach.
I like it when Mousemans explains it.
Oh, Treijim just said not all endings have been seen, so tonight could be unique. Okay, okay.
Wait, there's an
I still
ending
would
other
like to
than
see the good
good?
ending, 'cause I
Maybe,
don't
but I would
Only
still
years.
like to get the good ending. If you all would
Yeah,
like
a
to
good
get it as well.
number
I am
of, yeah, a
just
good
saying
number of
how
people
it's
that are
done. If
here
you guys see
missed the
differently,
good
that is
ending.
I
your
want to see
choice.
it again because it's just lovely.
I don't know the secret combination though.
On my YouTube channel, it's pinned.
I'll
He does, and I know
wait
most
until
of
we
it.
get to that point.
Okay, good.
I don't like you. You sound like
You
the
are our key.
internet.
You are our key.
Oh.
You are our key to victory.
Funny that I'm actually
Just
in
keep
an
doing
avatar that
detach
is
until
meant
the
to be
final
my
one where
personal
there in which we
interpretation
need
of
to
the
do
prince.
defy.
Ooh.
Minus
Travelers, your attention, please. The time for discussion has ended, and I am going to call upon Ragnaros. You have been chosen. Will the prince descend, divulge, dwell, or distract?
The prince shall detach.
Detach? I didn't say that was an option. However, it is. It always is. The prince takes a step back from himself. He observes his own fear, his own experience. He observes the vision from outside. With this clarity, he can see the truth. He remains in the moonlight forest. The shadow continues to shift, sliding beneath the younger elk. The greater elk stamps its hoof unmoved. The shadow does not flinch. The elk stamps again, and the shadow cowers. Then the shadow turns in the direction of the prince, and the prince looks back at this darkness, black as the moon's shadow. And in this vision, the prince remains. The brother carries him upon his back throughout the rest of the hidden passage. During this time, the prince is aware of his brother avoiding both some zealots and the Silver Aegis, who was working with them. My friends, please kindly follow me.
Okay.
Everything's back in HDR. I love it.
This wall has a ladder.
Oh, Lemur, a little sleeper. We mean to go into power save mode.
I am actually EP myself, but I'm trying to stay awake for this super good story.
God, Fortnite caught me now. God damn it. Yes. It worked. My hat! My beautiful hat! Ah, there we go.
Travelers, we have arrived at Chapter 2.
Damn these neighbors.
A final secret tunnel takes them up some steep stairs and into some long abandoned home. A chill wind whistles through cracks in the shutters, accompanied by the gentle grey of dawn. The moth-eaten rug breaks apart as the prince makes his way to the old, dust-covered bed. He sits and sighs. He is tired. He is hungry, and his stomach still churns. The brother goes to the window and peers outside, one hand on the handle of his sidearm. Was that there this whole time? The prince wants to ask about the sword, and the Aegis, the Oracle, the Inquisitor, but his mouth is dry, and his jaw aches, and he, for the first time, is afraid of the only person who has always been there for him. I think it's safe here. Are you alright? His brother is looking at him. The prince nods, and the brother approaches and offers a water skin. Here, he says, have some. The prince looks at the water skin, the leather carved with their royal emblem. He wants to take it. He wants to trust his brother, but he can't. You think I attacked the Aegis? The brother says. You think, perhaps, that I killed the Oracle? I didn't think you could hear that. The prince looks down. Well, I did do one of those things. I attacked the Aegis. I didn't want to, but you must understand, I had no choice. I saw the Inquisitor with the Oracle last night. I was going to speak with the Oracle about my coronation, but I heard their conversation. I heard what they said about you. The Oracle called you Oceanborn, and I saw the fire in the Inquisitor's eyes. I saw the spilling. The Inquisitor wields the power of miracles of fire. You know this. He thinks he was sent by the enemy. He thinks the Chosen One should be fireborn, just like he is. Well, I don't fully understand it, but what I do know is if I went to the Aegis for help, then she and everyone else in the castle would have faced the wrath of the Inquisitor, including Mother. This way, it's just us. This way, everyone else is safe from him. You understand, don't you? The prince slowly lifts his gaze to meet his brother's. Something about his voice, the way he's talking. He's never heard his brother sound so afraid. He can feel the Ludistian pendant in his pocket. Look, the brother says, unbuckling his weapon. If you still don't trust me, take this. Wear it. Be the one to bear the blade. All right. The prince takes the sword from his brother. Sorry. The brother's stern visage is broken by a smile. Come on, we need to keep moving. It won't be safe here for long. We need to get out of Moravos and then I'll figure out what to do next. We'll find allies, someone who can best the Inquisitor. The brother stands and offers a hand, and the prince takes it. And they exit. My friends, let us follow them into the castle town of Moravos and help them find a way out.
Alrighty then.
Have you
What
been
do you
in the
think so
cross
far,
district?
mate? What do you think so far?
This time we'll be able to find the Mexelics.
You'll have plenty of time to explore this part in a bit. Just stay here for a moment.
Though the winds howl, the town is slowly waking up, ignorant of what had transpired overnight. Rugs are shaken out of second-story windows. Farmers set up stalls to sell cucumbers, carrots, and cabbage. Smiths stoke their furnaces, while innkeeps sweep the past night's chaos out their front doors. The sun barely manages to break through the clouds. This way, the brother says suddenly, and he pulls the prince aside into some bushes. Not a minute later, a pair of zealots dressed in red approach a pair of city watchmen.
Let it be known,
says one of the zealots,
that the princes are to be brought before the Viner Church if they are found. They have committed treason of the highest order.
Treason?
Truly, what do you speak of? The heir murdered the Oracle and has taken his younger brother as an hostage. The Inquisitor fears the heir is being compromised by the enemy.
But the heir has faced dations on the battlefield.
You mean to tell me Queen's orders, if they are found, the Inquisitor must be notified at once. Failure to do so will result in being branded an enemy of the Crown and of God.
As you say,
we shall spread the word.
And the brothers are left alone again. Nobody can know who we are, the brother says. Don't say anything to anyone. Keep your hood up, and don't let anyone see anything you own. The guards won't let us out of the gates before checking who we are. We'll definitely be recognized. We just need to... Alright, I have an idea. I know someone who could help us, but we need to get across town. The brother looks down the road. My friends, the brothers are about to cross Moravos, but they are going to need your help. Tonight's NPCs. Sheen and Rendizo, please come forth and change into your guard avatars.
She's gonna be a guard. Okay, this should be interesting.
No biases this time. Sorry, we can't see.
I said, boy. Finding McZealots though.
Yes, they're clearly prepared with avatars. My friends, make sure you have their avatars enabled, although you probably do. NPCs, once you pick your avatars, please go and wander into the city and make sure you cannot hear me as I continue the rules.
What the fuck is that?
And a Kirby canvas and a Kirby final boss.
Sure these are not the...
I've seen
Alright.
I can use that one.
It seems the guard of Moravos are having some budget issues. NPCs, please take your positions in the city. Make sure you cannot hear me. I must continue the rules.
By your command, tour guide.
Don't worry, I'm gonna save this avatar for later.
This is pretty good speaking.
I was gonna save this avatar for later.
Stealing is a crime punishable by no Wi-Fi for 24 hours.
It was
My friends, your attention, please. There are rules to explain for this quest. Let me get up on my podium. Gather round, friends. I'm going to be lowering my voice. Come closer. This quest requires that you are able to use your microphone. If you do not wish to speak, or if you think the NPCs know you personally too well, or you want to opt out of this quest for any other reason, that is completely fine. Please stand at the end of the alley behind me, where Zaret is. Everyone else, please take a moment to form pairs and stand in your pairs clearly.
Protag, I kidnapped you. You're now my friend.
I think you know who I'm choosing.
Protag.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors for it. Of course. I can't choose.
You gotta choose an avatar that has hands, my guy.
Do I see two trios? My friends, that's not how math works.
Come on out,
Three
boys.
is a multiple of two.
I'm drawing naked people.
Alright, there is a trio if you want to join one of them. You can join Ragnaros.
Make me proud, boy. In the game.
Come on, boy.
Kahora?
Come with me.
Let's just
You can...
a little bit, Nami.
Okay, two pairs and two trios. Okay, whatever. My friends, this is what the NPCs will be doing. They will be roaming the city, and they are going to be questioning you as your groups, so please stay together. If they address you, you must answer their questions that they ask of you. No other conversation is allowed between you and the NPCs. And this is what you will be doing. You can use this time to wander the city of Moravos. Please stay together in your groups. You may talk amongst yourselves or with other travelers. Now, my friends, at this point, normally I would be explaining how you respond to their questions, but tonight we're going to do it a little differently, and I haven't told the other tour guides.
Oh?
Tonight, there are only 4 and a bit groups. You are all lying to the tour guides. Not only that, but you must all find a way to include an obscure food item in every one of your answers. I will consider this quest failed if instead of ousting a particular pair, the tour guides, the NPCs, instead say, No, Treijim, tonight it was different. There were no liars. Well, everyone was a liar, and everyone mentioned food. If they say something along those lines, this quest is failed. So lie well.
Yay!
Oh, this is new.
This is excellent.
It should be fun.
This is gonna end so terribly.
Normally, one of us would be the princess. I think
Yeah, sure, I'll join you, man.
telling the truth.
Yeah, usually one
My friends,
would be the princess.
your 10 minutes is about to begin. At the end of the 10 minutes, you will hear a town bell. At this point, please come and find me. The NPCs will then discuss who they think were duping them, which is of course a waste of time. Your goal is to win. Your 10 minutes starts now. Those opting out, I bet you regret opting out now. Please follow me to the end of the quest.
We'll just mosey on down through here.
I almost had. I was on the third key until one of the guards took it from me.
What?
Yeah, apparently there's a key to Mixilus, which I managed to nab from one of the guards until...
You'll be safe here, opt-outers. You have 10 minutes to do whatever you want in this time.
Safe for now.
Bad God, shoot.
trying to think of a very succinct way of saying this and go, hey, say food, hey, say food, hey, say food, say food. Would you ignore that? Would you not take that as a hint? If you were a tour guide or an NPC, I certainly would. I mean,
That'd be a very blatant giveaway, and I can't just.
yes, it would.
Kirby's not harassing guard.
Greetings.
Wherever you are.
I come with a few questions for you.
You may speak.
Yes. Firstly, what is something that you like about yourself?
Something that I like about myself. Well, I know that I really, really like pineapples.
I like how I'm exploring more tactical stuff about myself. I like being able to have a lot of colors on my avatar, be able to change it up a little bit. Great personality, with all the colors I have, you know, lemonade, raspberry, all that stuff. Very bright colors, you know. I think I have a very rainbow personality, and I enjoy that. Very rainbow, fruity personality.
I like that I'm relatively consistent. Consumption of
And one more question I have for you three. What is something that you dislike in others?
Something that I dislike in others. Well, I don't like
deciding that pizza does not deserve to have pineapple.
Oh my gosh, and I really like pineapples too. I proclaim that pineapples does go on pizza, and I hate that people do not like pineapple pizza. No, not pineapple. Not only pineapple pizza, broccoli pizza. Seriously, you should try broccoli
To each
pizza.
their own, my guy. Pizza is an artwork, really.
They're both very hungry.
I am actually kind of I'm experienced here.
I'm actually so hungry. I'm trying to find the McZillas around here. My stomach is substituting for my brain.
Good luck on your search.
Really, I wanna just...
I think he's been thoroughly confused.
I'm thoroughly confused at why you're both so hungry. I'm a robot! I'm a robot!
It's the keys of the guard. I smell them while he was looking.
Right? Or like right down the street? Oh my goodness gracious. Sandstorm.
Saving this for
It
later.
seems it is 23 o'clock.
Alright, while they're discussing, I will get.
Oh, we got two.
Here's some stuff.
We're 35 seconds early, Treijim.
I've already taken it out, but
Walking
I'm
into
gonna.
your thighs.
The NPCs are currently just trying to make sense of what we inflicted upon them.
I'm certain they are
Me and
thoroughly
my
confused.
partner
about what the
didn't
fuck
even get
going
asked
on.
anything.
Everyone's talking about
Just as they
food.
were going past, right?
Oh. Hey, you there, Robot? I had some stuck in my food. I'll take it out.
Robot.
Oh, cricket.
That's one way to pronounce robot. Robot.
You're a robot.
technically speaking, yes, I am a robot.
Stop bullying me!
Technically speaking, I am a robot.
You want me to kiss you?
My friend has left.
Oh, let me see.
Protag?
I'd like a real bit of companionship.
Don't say anything. They're
you
children here.
Wait, where did Salty boy
I'm
go?
not.
Salty boy?
I'm just being a real
Hey boy,
bit
I didn't find no
Hey,
place
boy.
to hide this egg.
Stop that.
Eggy.
Ooh, touch my egg, boy.
Very smooth.
Nice egg, boy.
I'm a very fruity rainbow.
Kind of fruity. If I get it too close to my eyeballs, it disappears and I can't see it, boy.
Oh.
Oh my god, cool!
It didn't intend for me to see this egg.
That's actually cool, though.
You can actually change your color, Protag?
Protag?
You can change his whole scheme.
Hug?
Oh wow.
Hey boy, look at that robot. It's RGB.
So cool.
Well, I have a skin just for the specific occasion.
I haven't constructed my body around those.
He's got skins, boy.
Basic
Hello,
mechanics
Hey,
of
robot.
individuals. I can adjust myself accordingly to the ether I'm surrounded by.
What'd you say?
So...
Crazy robot using flesh.
That's the question.
It's not a skin.
I'm sure some people can
It's a shell.
I haven't happened. Now we are robot friends.
I'm blue for a reason. I'm
That
sure
or
some
casing.
people can tell you why.
By the way, I'm almost
Travelers,
done 3D
your
printing some of
attention,
the things.
please. The NPCs have returned. Please, for the love of Varna, change your avatars back. NPCs, tell me, what is your verdict? Who tonight was lying?
Tour guide Treijim, we believe that today the princes were Pack Lover, Equal, and Kahora.
Paklova, Equal, and Kahora. That was a group of 3, is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, Sheen and Rendizo,
Yeah.
friends, my fellow tour guides, you are not wrong, but you're also not right. Because you see, tonight, everybody was lying. And you didn't notice. Or you did notice, and you just felt pressure to stay one group, which is fair. Tonight we tricked you for a bit of fun. We hope you can forgive us.
Yes, please forgive.
Hiya. It's the fool's boy.
He was a harmless
Wait. So we still have a chance to pick who was saying the truth, is that right?
No, you were supposed to say everyone was lying because I asked you who you think was lying. Tonight I asked everyone to lie. The answer was everyone, not just a single group.
I'm sorry,
You're
I
a
tricked
dirty
you with
cube.
my head.
Someone quote that! Someone quote that! Someone quote that! Come on, desktop, please.
Oh, you're a dirty
my God,
cube.
He's afraid. Green
Very well.
Herman.
My friends, I consider this quest a success on your part. And so the story goes as follows. As he walks across Moravos, the prince tries to shrink back into his cloak. His brother strides ahead, swift and confident. How does he do it? Every Moravian looks at them, stares at them. Do they know? Do they know who they are? Suddenly he bumps into his brother as he comes to an abrupt stop on a bridge. He looks past his brother. A city watchman is there, talking to an elderly couple across the bridge. The guard's back is to them. The brother quietly backs up and guides them both another way. The prince glances over at the old couple. He can see the old woman looking at him, and she points the guard in the opposite direction. And he smiles. A short while later, the prince stops. What is that noise? Some sort of grinding, a deep rumbling. The storm returns.
No. Yes.
An image rushes up from the depths, rising to meet him. Amidst vague, towering structures, a blue bird flits, darting from corner to corner, desperate. Giving pursuit is a red feline, stalking calmly, yet appearing in places where it should not be. The bird is frantic, its movements urgent and panicked. It tries to stay silent, yet every beat of its wings betrays its location. And everything begins to redden. My friends, you have a choice to make. The prince has 4 options: descend, divulge, dwell, and distract. You have 1 minute to discuss what he ought to do. After this time expires, I will call upon one of you to give the best answer you have heard. Your time starts now.
I heard detach. Did you hear detach?
Hey, boy!
I suppose so. The correct option once more.
Yeah, you heard detach too, right?
Or you pick egg, boy.
I mean, here it's confirmed that we don't have to detach.
I
considering that,
put it somewhere, boy. Somewhere secret.
But like, still, speed.
It's kind of sus, boy.
Yeah, we didn't detach the before because we got caught.
I'm caught now.
Oh, you bent your nose, boy. I will think about it, boy.
Especially since there are a good number of people here that have
Speedrun.
good and want to see it.
We got a BLJ. Yahoo! Yahoo! Yeah.
British long jump.
Will make a difference.
No.
You grab onto these horns, boy.
I personally miss the man.
I have no preference either way.
Let me use your horns as handlebikes, boy.
Detach.
I want to ride a tricycle.
Travelers, the time for discussion has come to an end,
Oh my.
which means one must be chosen. Let me see. I have a feeling by the end of tonight's adventure, I'm going to run out of people. Well, I'm going to ask. 1-800-HOT-BEEF. How did you access my redial? I mean, do you speak?
I vote detach.
You vote detach. Let me check my notes and see if that is a valid answer I can accept. Very well. Detach has been chosen. And detach is what the prince will do. The prince takes a step back from himself He observes his own fear, his own experience. He observes the vision from outside. With this clarity, he can see the truth. He remains among the strange structures, fleeing from the fireborn beast. The red intensifies, and with it comes an unnatural warmth. It glows, it rises, it burns, but it doesn't need to. This exists within the prince's mind, and his mind is his own. He stops running. He turns back. The Fireborn is there. The prince takes control and looks down into his own hands and realizes that he has the power to defy his enemy. And in this vision, the prince remains. The brother carries him upon his back through the rest of the city. The prince is aware of being taken into the home of a veteran knight with a shimmering sword above the mantelpiece. He is aware of the brother attacking the friendly veteran before escaping into a hidden passage through the city underworks. My friends, please follow me. The story may continue.
Onwards we go.
Not fair! I pressed jump!
Oh, you fools. You can't fly. What a bunch of chumps.
It's all you know how to jump, boy.
I'm not the best jumper. But I got this.
Come over here, boy.
I'm not gonna. I wasn't gonna say skill issue.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna say skill issue, pro tag. I was gonna say get good.
Where is he? Hold on. I gotta find him.
Who?
Oh no.
I had to do my platforming.
Who are you finding?
Hold on, where is he?
Give me your egg.
Also, look back this way.
Does Protag have me muted?
That's cool.
I don't have you muted, I'm just trying to
Like a
think.
camera angle. It's supposed to be.
Okay, goodbye, Eagle. I'll see you later.
Probably.
I casted him out, I banished him.
Something like
It's fine.
I think he just blocked me.
with your egg.
And we'll never
There's
see
something
Eagle
really
again.
absurd to see if he's being real.
So sad, equal.
It's very depressing, I know.
Did you hear that, Protag? Eagle called you a bitch.
I'm pretty sure that's just what you usually call me, Pack.
What do you want me to call you? Do I even call you that? I don't think so.
You call me
People
many
that-
things, and I can't stop you because you're like dad who abuses his son who cannot fight back.
Oh, that's a hell of an analogy. Damn.
So it's heavy.
Wow.
Heavy egg.
Damn.
Does that not describe our relationship? I can't stop you. I can't stop you from saying terrible things.
I've never said anything terrible to you.
Travelers,
That is an actual, genuine lie. That is a
gather
genuine
around,
lie.
travelers. The story must continue.
Oh shit.
Alright.
Travelers,
Now I can
come
take a
hither
bathroom break.
from yonder and listen well. Chapter 3. It's after sundown by the time the brothers emerge. The underworks tunnel led them to an old mill, and from there they followed trails until coming upon the eastern road. Moravos looms in the distance, gently glowing in the moonlight as the prince slumps to the ground. His legs and feet ache. His stomach growls. He's tired and sore and short on breath. His brother is just checking through a bag he's carrying. How does he do that? How does he keep going? Can't we go back? The prince bites his lip. He didn't mean to say that aloud. Go back? The brother lifts his head. Go back and what? Face the Fireborn? He'll kill you, and then he'll lock me away or kill me as well. He'll tell everyone that the Oracle chose him, and nobody could disagree. The Varna Church will change forever. Mother will be powerless to stop him. And then Dacia will invade, and the people will have to live under the rule of one of two monsters. We're not going back. Not until I find a way to stop the Inquisitor. And while I search, I'm going to stop the nations. We'll go to Felton and warn them. We'll help defend the town from them. I'll kill every Dacian if I have to. We can still make a difference. I won't have another Lake Fort. Do you hear me? I won't have another Lake Fort. We still... Stop it! Please stop. You're scaring me. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's just you and me. There's nobody else who can save us. It's just us. Listen. His brother squats before him. I'm scaring you. I see that. I don't like to see you so afraid. But I am doing what must be done. Do you remember when you were little, and we found that nest in the old tower? We spotted the mother, a blue wing, coming back to feed her chicks that evening. We even named them as well. Dusty, Scylla, and... Pickle? Pickle. Yes. Little Pickle. And then the cat found the nest. The mother bird fought so fiercely, but you ask me why that happened. Do you remember what I said to you? Varna is kind. Life is cruel. That's right. Right now, two little birds have to leave the nest. The cat is after them. If the birds aren't in the nest, then the mother can fly to safety, and the cat can't reach her. But this cat is sly. It's going to try to trick other animals into helping it. So, these two little birds, they might have to do some things that seem bad, just so they don't get eaten. They have to, well, learn to fly, perhaps, or find another cat who'll help them. The prince nods slowly. He can see how hard it is for his brother. He doesn't want to do the things he's doing. He must. They must survive. He wants to reach out for his brother. He wants to hug him. But he can't bring himself to move. We can go through the Duke's World, the brother says, standing. It will be dangerous, but it's the fastest way to Felden. Do you still have my... The brother stops and looks down. The prince is hugging him tightly. Hey, it's all right. Look, when all this is over, we will sail to Laodicea, the sacred lands. We'll go together, just you and me. Would you like that? The prince wipes his face. Laodicea? Really? Do you swear? The brother smiles and the world gets a little bit brighter. I swear. My friends, the brothers have a perilous task ahead. They must cross the Duke's World in the dark of night, and they will need your help. This way.
Okay.
Hey, salty boy.
Real quick.
There's my kazoo.
Hey, real quick. I'm sorry for saying that stuff earlier. That wasn't funny.
I forgive you, friend. I forgive you, friend.
Panic brings out the worst in me. I'm sorry.
I forgive you, friend.
This is not a joke. This is not me doing a bit. This is me apologizing. I shouldn't have said that.
I forgive you, friend. That's what friends do. They forgive each other.
Error 404, sympathy not found.
Now then.
No, this is like don't actually joke about it. Like this is not an actual joke. Please don't. I'm sorry for saying that. Don't.
Get it? Because it's the Lost Woods.
Hey boy, what if I rip out your hairs with these claws, boy?
My friends,
One at a time, boy.
we are at the Duke's World. NPCs, Sheen and Rendizo, please come forward and change into your avatars.
Oh boy, here we go. Ah, these guys again.
A Pikmin?
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
Oh dear.
So scary.
There's nothing more terrifying than that.
Very well.
I've seen the face of Satan himself, and he looks like a blue Pikmin.
Everyone else,
Yeah, I think
stay
red.
here. NPCs, please go through and prepare.
I'm going to eat the skin behind your eyelids.
Good luck with that. I'm currently possessing a porcelain doll.
You can tell he's not happy about being lied to.
Hey, salty boy. You wanna sacrifice your eyelids for mine, boy?
Yep, I will definitely take that trade.
Ah, yeah.
At night is not a safe haven, but it does bear resources that they may need on their journey. The rules for your quest are as follows. Navigate your way through the Duke's World, which, according to legend, is haunted. Collect as many resources as you can. Each of you has 5 bundles of wood and 5 clusters of berries to find. You must avoid the Duke's Willed Phantom. Its terror will render you immobile for several seconds, costing you your valuable time. The Phantom can teleport to any Phantom fire at any point in time, so stay alert. You are being observed.
Oh, it's
Please avoid using avatars that are really tiny, really large, or invisible. Once you have completed your mission, you can either make your way to the end, to where I will be waiting, or stay behind to act as a distraction for the Phantom. Please do not use teleportation while partaking in this quest. After your 5-minute timer expires, all remaining resources will disappear and you will be escorted to the end.
Hopefully I can find Violet Beach this time.
Friends and travelers. Your time starts now. Run!
Barry.
Barry?
Mother Barry.
Actually, now it's a T-section.
I hear someone. Whoop. U-turn. Time to make a U-turn.
More wood.
Alright, now for the middle. Alright, that's 7 on the outside.
Berries.
Make the green.
I need 2 more wood, 1 more berry.
I haven't cleaned them in years. Leave me alone. Fucking eyelids, bro.
Oh, there it goes. Now I'm 3-3. Another berry here.
you see wood?
No,
Where
there
is
wasn't.
wood?
Oh yes, there's wood. There's wood underneath this bush. Wood underneath the bush. You're like stood on top of it.
I must already got that wood. I need more wood.
There's another one if you take away.
I'm still behind you.
We've got 10 seconds to find it. We don't need to find all of them, but as long as there's a good...
Very.
In the nick of time, too.
Just in time.
In the
Okay.
Okay, Kirby manages to get 5 wood and
There's
5
berries
berries.
and 5 berries.
I got 4. That's alright. No,
I got 5 for
I
her.
have 5. I have 5 berries.
Alright,
and
that's pretty
5
good. That's pretty good.
how is that fair?
Ah.
What was this blue shiny thing?
Bro, I didn't even see
I almost fell
I didn't even
trap
see
to
you.
the classic,
Like,
you know,
I
or I
didn't
almost
even
fell
target
victim
you.
to the
Like, where were
classic
you?
trap of not looking up.
Only ever encountered
I was
And
watching
missing
the
a berry.
skies.
I looked up to grab a berry, but I didn't look up to grab a log, so that's what killed me.
There was no log in the sky. There might have been, like, there was one in the bush.
Rendaza was watching the skies.
One.
Rendaza was watching the skies. That's why we didn't see him.
Oh, hey, what happened?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I knew you didn't mean any harm.
Okay, I just wanted to check in.
If you want to know what the
I always
NPCs
did.
actually do during that quest, you should take the NPC role yourself and find out.
Well, first
Patreon
I have to
supporters
actually
only.
do the Patreon. Yeah.
Hello, Sheen.
Which honestly,
Eyelids.
we only
Just got my
need
fries,
minimum
Hugs for the
one to
eyelid
be
monster.
able to be an NPC, right?
I don't even have eyelids. No,
I'm
like
hugging the
a
eyelid
screen.
monster.
The minimum Patreon support to be able to be an NPC.
Is what it
Can I scratch your panels?
I don't know if he's answering.
Ah, yes.
I know.
It is $3. $3.
Okay, so yes, the minimum is at least required to NPC.
I managed to find all 5 berries and 5 wood this time. Yay!
Yeah, $3 USD.
There's 5 berries in there.
That's correct. $3 per month will grant you the ability to play an NPC. Less than what you would pay for a Subway sandwich for every tour guide.
Treijim's also Australian.
Adorable.
You see this boy?
I love Subway.
Kiss you in the forehead.
Also,
Thank you.
Should be interesting.
Headpats for you.
First you'd have to join the Discord. Yeah, I understand.
I got headpats,
I
boy.
parsed it after a second. Can send you an invite.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
I could,
Aw,
if there isn't, I
headpats
can
for you.
just send you an invite after.
My friends,
Oh, I verped.
that was quick. For those curious, as a group, you collected an average of 8.9 resources each. A very good number. Well done.
Not bad, not bad.
Oh, very well then. If it's good, then that's all that matters.
Setting us up for a perfect score. We gotta do it.
The
one
story continues. The brothers come to a clearing. A steep river cuts through the middle of it. Nearby, morbid bricks sit indifferent as the forest slowly consumes them. The boys drink and refill their flasks and wash their faces. The prince catches a glimpse of himself in the glittering water. He barely recognizes this face. He looks unkempt, disheveled, common. He pulls his cloak in tight and sits back. "We can rest here tonight," the brother says, gathering some sticks together. The prince watches as his brother soon has a small fire burning. He lies down beside it as the brother sits against an old piece of masonry. The prince stares at the fire, and the flames stare back. His face warm, his back cold. How does he do it? The prince thinks to himself. How does he keep going like this? I just want to hide. I just want it all to be over. He's good at everything. I'm not good at anything. I'm useless. The past few days catch up to him, and within minutes, he slips into a deep sleep.
Oh my God.
I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die.
That was great for a moment.
A twilit meadow. A pack of black wolves bound. Long grass whipping by. They are on the hunt, following a scent on the cool wind. But the hunters are also hunted. Something else stirs the grass, and though it evades the eyes, its presence can be felt. A sense of something imminently wrong. A feeling that things are not how they should be. A shadow is in pursuit. My friends, you have a choice to make. The prince has 4 options. Descend, divulge, dwell, and distract. You have 1 minute to discuss what he should do. After this time expires, I will call upon one of you to give the best answer that you have heard from the group. Discuss.
I heard detach. Did anyone else hear detach?
I heard detach also.
I'm pretty sure I heard
This time we actually do have to
There's like a timer at the top of the screen
I don't turn up here.
This time we actually do have to detach.
and we're doing the thing, but basic.
The first time I'm not convinced you have to, the second time it's confirmed we don't.
Detach.
This time we kind of do.
This is the one you have to detach. There will be a break.
Pistachios.
Or at least
Just to
before the board.
get through this, there will be a time.
I like all of these like weird kind of like vignettes that happen when we do the detach.
This is a very nice filter.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
What happened if I finally
finally...
Your attention, travelers.
I don't have any fingers,
The
boy.
time-
I only have claws.
To discuss
I can't really
has
grab
ended.
your fur. I can only pinch it.
Kahora. Pack, be nice. Kahora, seal thine lips.
Yeah.
I am going to call upon one of you to give an answer. And that one is going to be none other than one of my favorite bands, Bunny N. What does the prince do? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I say detach.
Detach.
Very well. Let us input it into the narrative and see if it works out. The prince takes a step back from himself. He observes his own fear, his own experience. He observes the vision from outside. With this clarity, he can see the truth. The shadow closes in on the Dacians. They do not seem aware of it at all. It draws closer and closer, ever silent, impossibly dark, until it reaches the soldiers and becomes one of them. The shadow has joined them, and they seem oblivious. The shadow draws its sword, and on instinct the prince grabs his own sword, readying himself. But the shadow does not strike the Dacians. It does not strike. They continue their march with the Truder among their ranks, and then they are over the next hill, leaving the prince alone. Wake up. Come on, wake up. The prince is shaken awake. The sky is a soft blue-grey, and the brother is crouched over him, looking at something else. There are voices nearby. The prince rubs his eyes and turns to look. Across the river are soldiers in black, carrying spears and swords, with foreign emblems upon their shields. They are pushing a cart through the clearing. Dacians, the brother whispers, gritting his teeth. The veterans said they might be here. Either they're preparing to besiege Velden, or they've already taken it. Maybe I can find their camp, find their general, and... He looks down at the prince, and his expression softens. Let's get a closer look. We need to know what they're up to. They gather their things and scoop dirt over charcoal, and carefully make their way across the river to the other side of the clearing. My friends, Dacians are dangerously close. This way.
I'll swim across.
I just,
So,
started
shadow does not
thinking
strike,
and-
or you could say donut.
It's a good thing you can fly, Protag.
Is that right?
Hey boy,
We're about to reach the break, so...
you grab onto these ears, boy.
Yeah. We are reaching the break soon, and once
Oh,
once
that's
we
for
reach the break,
years.
I will finally play that audio clip that I've been working on today
Very
because Captain
cool.
Panda wasn't here.
The bacon's for emergencies only, boy. Emergency
Give me some
rations.
bacon, boy.
It's emergency rations, boy.
Boy, mosquitoes are coming out in California already, man. Got my arms.
That's what book spray's for.
The brothers hide in the undergrowth. The outer walls of Felden looming over the trees, scarred by past battles, defaced by nature. There is a large gathering of Dacian soldiers just outside the small gate, bringing supplies inside. So, Felden has already been taken by Dacia. Maybe they were already here and didn't need any distraction. There are too many of them, the brother whispers. But maybe. The brother creeps forward a couple of steps, lifting himself a little higher above the grass. The prince's heart jumps. What's he doing? Is he just going to run in and fight them? How can they not see him? When the gate is clear, run inside and hide in the town. I'll find you. What? I'm gonna draw them away. Are you ready? I think so. The brother turns back to the Dacians. There are at least 7 of them left after the rest went inside. The brother scoops up a fist-sized rock into one hand. They wait. And they wait. And without warning, the brother jumps to his feet and breaks into a sprint. He ditches the rock at a soldier and it strikes him square in the helmet. There's a cry, yelling, and they call him names the prince has never heard before. The brother runs to the left, diving between the trees, moving parallel to Felden's outer wall. 5 soldiers give chase, and 2 remain, hesitant to follow. They both draw their swords, staring in the direction everyone went. Wait, his brother's sword. He might need it. But it's too late now. The prince unsheaths it, just in case. Even in the dull light of dawn, its golden gilding glints. Who's there? The prince looks up. The 2 soldiers are coming his way. He must have made some noise. He freezes. He holds his breath. His blood begins to drain from the top of his body. His legs go numb. Lose interest. Turn around. Go away. Go away. Go away. Leave me alone. Please. Please. Hey, there's someone in the trees! No! The prince scrambles into a sprint away from them. He hears Dacians yelling after him, thudding through the underbrush. Go away, stop following me! Around a tree, under a log, over a rock, through tall grass. Are they getting closer or further away? He can hear their boots pounding the ground, their swords slashing through low-hanging branches. He can feel their heavy breaths. He can feel it on the back of his neck. No, 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 leave me alone. He keeps running and slips suddenly on muddy ground, and then the ground vanishes. The forest rises up careening overhead as he topples into ice-cold waters. My friends, please follow me.
Once the break starts, I will play that little audio bit.
Hey boy, what you doing in the water down there?
Your mask came down when you did that.
My friends, at this point in the story, we have a designated break. Have a snack, rehydrate, and use the restrooms if you need to. Please, Be back here for the story to continue in 4 minutes. I repeat, be back for the story to continue in 4 minutes.
Someone some fish soup, but since he is not here, I may as well just play the little designated audio made specifically for soup time.
Hold on. Oh wait, no, last time people crashed when I tried to get a detach. You right?
Anyways,
Finally
soup
back.
time.
I got stuck for a bit.
Yes. And welcome back, you are.
Thank you.
Yes. Ah, the soup ritual. It persists. Well, if you've read the Discord, there is a giant soup pot in the painter too. And when I mean giant, I mean is bigger than an average avatar. Yes, they'll find it for sure.
Oh, I get why you picked Demo Man voice clip, because he says soup can.
Open your pumpkin pots!
Ah, now I need to go AFK. Be right back.
Hope you all enjoyed that little audio bit.
That was great. I'm running on. I haven't.
Yes?
I basically haven't slept in like 30 hours.
Oh,
Not
damn.
by choice.
Hey, Jimmy, there.
This would have been so much better if Panda was here.
Yeah, honestly, I don't.
I want a Panda to hear it. I'll play it next time Panda's here. I'll tell him
how
about
long
the
do
special
you-
audio bit.
How long is the ending portion gonna take? Because if it's gonna be like an hour, I can't stay that long.
Okay.
Yeah, probably an hour.
You feeling
Probably an
better?
hour or two.
Oh.
Like, it is 11:10 Eastern where I'm at.
I'd expect at least another hour, probably.
Feeling better?
He was gonna pop my head up, but I don't think I can stay for that.
Hey, do you want me?
At least show me your neck.
Do you want me to play it again?
Before you
Anyone
go.
want me to play that
Nah.
audio again?
Nah, I don't.
Hey, do you want me to play that
There.
audio again?
No. That's not what I meant, and you know it. Is he on me? Okay, leave it just right now. There he goes.
Drag your screen over to another layer. So,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah. So you can get all your windows on one monitor. Hey, what?
How long do these generally go on
Hey,
for?
the ritual of soup again.
A few hours.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, it's just one track as well. Have another hour and a half in them. About another hour and a half in them, I think. My controls are 2 hours and I'm
Still need to play the ritual of
Mm.
soup.
Yeah.
No one. Okie dokie.
No,
But the ending is worth it, I assure you.
Hey Sheen, did
What
you
is
enjoy my little audio dedicated to Captain Panda's soup?
No, 4 hours.
It was as thick as it was slurpable. I enjoyed it immensely.
It would only be better if Captain Panda was here to witness it.
I'm not gonna be able to eat my snacks.
I'll have to
with
wait
that
next
sort
door
of
to see if
talk
he's here.
going on. What's the Discord server link anyway?
Slurpy,
A little audio bit. I titled it Ritual of Soup.
I can send you an invite after this.
The custom invite has been changed. It is not VRT anymore, it is VRTravellers with 2 L's.
Gotcha.
I got it like, I got it from like this.
Grazie.
It's got like,
De nada.
Didn't mean to play that.
you bought it, but I gave you this stuff back to do. Amazon, Schmamazon, it's called Kenzie. It's a subsidiary company that sells devices.
Binga bing bonga.
There we go.
Some
cheaper things.
Don't make it
Alright.
cheaper things.
Let me,
Your items may or may not work.
你好 travelers，我们要继续，麻烦你过马路，跟 tour guide 在一起的，谢谢。
My friends,
Okay, so
your attention, please. As Sheen just stated, quite clearly and in plain English, the story is about to continue.
Show.
Chapter 4. The prince comes to. Something is pulling on his leg. He opens his eyes to see a mangy dog trying to drag him by the ankle. He panics and kicks at it, and, not expecting retaliation, it darts away with a yell. The prince takes in his surroundings. He's in a town right by the water's edge, utterly soaked. He shivers and sits up. Everything hurts. He looks up at the town structures and the sword. Ah, it's still here, firmly in its sheath. He makes sure it's out of sight and gets to his feet, heading into the town of Felden. My friends, please kindly follow me.
Alright.
The story moves forward.
The story continues. Where did Toppy Boy go?
you're good to replicate here.
Hey, Salty Boy.
Oh no.
The prince hears a commotion ahead. There's a line of people with wooden bowls outside a door. He can see Dacian soldiers within, giving out the same amount of food to each person. Next in line is an old lady who can barely place one foot before the other.
Please, sirs, if I may, I would like a little more than usual. My dear canine friend, his name is Riot, you see. He's going hungry. He's all skin and bones. Please, sirs.
Oh, that's not fair, says a townsman right behind her. Why does she get more? Peace, peace, orders the soldier. He regards the elderly woman carefully. Fine, have extra, but just this once.
Oh, bless you. Rana, bless you.
And here, the soldier adds, offering a wooden stick. Seems like you're having trouble walking. The elderly woman is overcome. The prince turns away, wanting to distance himself from the scene. These are just normal people, he says to himself quietly. They didn't do anything wrong. As he hurries away, he bumps into a group of strangers. Utters an apology and tries to move around them, but they block his exit. He peers up at them carefully. Those faces. Well, look who we have here. Zealots. The prince feels panic bubble up inside him. He wants to shout for help, but there are so many people about. The Dacians might help the zealots. A fight might break out. Innocent people will get hurt. No. No, there's too much risk. Calm now, lad. No more running. My friends, the prince has no choice. This way.
You ready to play your part?
I guess. Let me just get some more coffee.
Oh, that corner looks much better.
The zealots lead the prince down some old rock-hewn steps and through another door, and the passage opens up to a large and dark room. Carved niches hold sickly candles. Many figures in red stand near the corners, watching silently. "Fireborn," says one of the zealots, "we have the prince." A shadow that the prince did not see until just now slowly turns. It is a titan of a man with a broad chest and square shoulders draped in dark crimson robes. His face is like that of a statue, chiseled and weathered, bearing a fearsome grin. Ah, the young prince. How I have searched for you. Tell me, where is your brother? Where is the heir? The prince cannot bring himself to lift his head. Every breath trembles with effort. We found him alone, Fireborn. We think the shadow spotted by the west gate was the heir, but he hasn't been seen since. It matters not. It is you I want, Oceanborn. Yes, your brother told you, did he not? I assume he saw the whole thing. Else, why would he flee with you the way he did? The Inquisitor approaches the shadow of his shadow, creeping closer. Listen to me very carefully. If your brother told you that I want you dead, he was lying to you. What use would you be to me then? Indeed, I am the one chosen by God. I am the Fireborn wielder of the infernal miracles, and you and I share a goal. I have no desire to take the lives of any of your family members unless they leave me no choice. No. The death I seek is that of Dacia. And you do too, do you not? What would your brother say were he here? He fought against Dacia. They have tried to invade us for decades now. Why, evil Dacian spirits destroyed Lakefort and started the war, didn't they?
didn't they? You see it, don't you? You didn't just have a vision. No, you summoned a great power. You made the earth open its maw. You destroyed Lakefort. The war started because of you, don't you see? You and I are so alike. We both willed miracles. The only difference, my prince, is that you have no idea how to harness it. That is no fault of yours. That is where I come in. As one chosen by God, it's been revealed to me through divine wisdom that you are my enemy. But it doesn't have to be this way. I know how to help you. The Church of Valhalla has a place just for you. Lazarus has a place for you. I have a gift. A crown. Your crown. Not that of a king, but that of a mighty wielder of miracles. Accept this gift, sire. Release your potential. Place it upon your head. Feel the crown beckoning. The prince stares at the circlet offered to him. Two parallel bands with a dull shine, otherwise featureless. Lakefort. His brother. Dacia. But the prince watches as the circlet glows with a lure. The war with Dacia is his fault. The Inquisitor is right. He must be right. He must be. I will wear the crown. The prince accepts what is offered to him. The moment he makes contact, heat passes through him, rippling, coursing, leaving numbness in its wake. He raises it up and places it upon his head, and the Inquisitor smiles, and everything is changed forever. He sees the storm again, but this vision is not like the others. The waves churn, the wind cuts, the thunder rolls, the storm is real. It is here. It is hellfire. Flames roar outward, filling the underground space in an instant. All is red, then white, then blinding, searing. The prince screams and the fire roars back. Darkness returns. And in the darkness, embers glow. Cooked stone, scorched corpses, everything choked with soot and ash. The prince gets up and looks for the Inquisitor. Is he dead? Did the firestorm take his life? But rising up with him is a great shadow. Though the zealots have been reduced to mere embers, another stands, towering, indomitable, fireborn. And the Inquisitor speaks, and cinders fall from his mouth. My prince, come. We have much work to do.
Tommy.
Kirby, may I ask that you stand aside? You are in my buttons.
Thank you.
I apologize.
Quite all right.
Pushing his buttons.
The Prince and the Inquisitor stand on an old bridge atop a hill. In the valley below lies Felden, painted orange and blue in the light of the setting sun.
The sky is clear. All is quiet. Do you know why I brought you here?
The Inquisitor sounds distracted.
Distant. The Prince does not know.
He's losing track of his own thoughts. He's losing track of reason, of time. He thinks
that the other zealots are dead, but he isn't sure.
There was fire, lots of fire, and his mind aches. Something blocked his attempts. Something else
is in there. In his mind.
The Dustborn was right.
You are the chosen one,
granted influence upon this world
like no other.
Chosen by an enemy of the Church, an enemy of God.
The very God who chose me and bestowed upon me the miracle of fire. We are both chosen. We are not so different. A task
has been revealed to me. Felden has become infested with Dacians.
But even before then, Felden always deserved this judgment. The Inquisitor looks down at his own hands. He looks at them for a long while, his expression wavering somewhere between sadness and spite. Then he lifts his gaze up
toward the heavens. The Prince looks up with him at the vast, deep, empty
sky.
Valswith, Halburn, Oradea, Medias, Felden. May the heavens come down upon them, and may they be reduced to ashes. An image rushes up from the depths, ready to meet him. From up high, a massive expanse of land stretches out before him. Rivers are ribbons of silver. Mountains are mounds of soil and stone. Towns and cities are but smudges of beige and grey. And the sea, a distant shimmer. Entire realms now fit within his grasp. And he reaches out and begins to close his hand around the kingdom. A face appears before a flickering candle. Eyes closed, peaceful, beautiful, delicate, porcelain white. He watches her sleep. He watches her. My friends, you have a choice to make. The prince has the following options. Destroy, 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 destroy. You have 1 minute to discuss.
Do not defy me.
Which is defy.
Defy is a secret option for this one.
It's the cute
eyes. Yes.
Right.
We have more options.
Eyes to defy me.
And that option, of course,
So we can either end it here or keep going.
as we heard earlier,
That's all I'll say.
during the second
Kill
vision.
them all. What was the second vision?
Defy.
Oh, so each vision. Oh, okay.
Defy.
Destroy.
Yeah, seriously, defy.
Second vision was the one that you were calling for.
Giving you a hint. The answer is defy.
That one.
Character.
Okay.
Prince can
Destroy.
Oh, son of a.
That is some good beer, boy. I'm gonna get a big old pot belly.
The time for talk has ended.
How am I doing?
I'm going to call upon my name didn't fit. What does the prince do?
Defy.
Defy. That wasn't one of the options I gave.
That's the cube.
But I guess the options didn't fit.
That's true for all the times.
Oh.
Oh, I'm scared now.
If you're talking, I can't hear you.
Chapter 5. The prince shakes his head. No, he doesn't want to. The clown pushes, but he pushes back. He can't. He destroyed Lakeford. It was his vision, his will. He started the war, not Dacia. But if he destroyed Lakeford just by envisioning its destruction,
friend. Answer its call. I won't. He can feel his brother's sword at his side. He can't forget who he is. He won't forget. I'm sorry. What did you say? I won't answer its call. What? You refuse? Foolish boy. Don't you realize that you are a weapon? Weapons cannot choose who dies and who lives. No. That is the responsibility of the wielder. I am the wielder, and you will obey me. The prince turns fully to face the Inquisitor. I wield my own power. And he closes his eyes. And he wishes. He wishes for the Inquisitor to not be here. He wishes to send him away, to send him far, far away. He tries to visualize the giant man somewhere else with all his heart. He wishes. And something shines on his eyelids, a brilliant light, which then fades. And slowly, he opens his eyes. The prince stands on the bridge on the hill, alone. He tries to remove the crown, but for some reason he cannot bring himself to touch it. And then, all at once, in the safety of profound loneliness, he realizes everything that has happened, and he falls to his knees. It was me. It was all me. I destroyed Lakeford. I opened the earth. My vision. And that means the storm that killed my father was... He looks up. A figure stands nearby. A man in black armor, the visor lowered on his dented helmet. A Dacian soldier. And the two stare at one another, silent, wordless. Others come up the hill, more Dacian soldiers pointing spears and swords at the prince. One with a crest steps forth. You there, boy. Identify yourself and explain that light. The prince looks to the helmeted Dacian who arrived first, and then back to their leader. This is his chance. This is how he can fix everything. He slowly stands and pulls aside his cloak, revealing his brother's regal blade. I am the Prince of Alaska. My friends, please follow me.
Oh my.
How am I doing so far?
Doesn't he normally narrate the part where he explains I made them despair?
How am I doing so far? Convincing?
This was the best card I could have.
All here.
The general stops just outside the door to a manor in Felden. The prince remains surrounded by Dacian soldiers, the helmeted Dacian right behind him. I want the forest patrolled all night, the general says to one of his men. Bring me the accounts of the scouts who went west. Ready the siege engineers and send word to the commanders to march at dawn and someone find those cursed zealots. They're gone. The general stops, and the soldiers stop with him. He glances back at the prince over his shoulder. What did you say? The zealots are gone. I was with them beneath Felden. The Inquisitor burned them all, and then I made him disappear with that light you saw. The soldiers exchange glances, muttering and mumbling. The general glances across his subordinates. I can show you where it happened. Why, what are you doing? The prince thinks to himself. You aren't your brother. Nobody will listen to you. And these are Dacians. They've been invading Lazarus for 5 years. But another voice inside him speaks up. No, they didn't start the war. And neither did Lazarus. I started the war. And I can end it. Let me go back to Moravos. I'll speak with my mother. Without the Inquisitor there, we're safe. We don't have to fight. I'll explain what happened and she'll make you a peace offer. I know she will. He can feel his body want to flee, but the fear does not possess him. I know I'm young. I know I don't look like much. But I can end this war. I can. The general approaches the prince. What do you know that I don't? The Zealots. The Zealots started the war. It was a trick. What happened at Lakeford is their fault. My mother never wanted the war. My father never wanted war. We don't have to fight anymore, because the Zealots are gone. Show me where the Zealots were. My friends, please, follow me.
I just wish Incognito was here.
The prince's home stands tall and majestic, unscarred despite years of war. The garrison had allowed them into Moravos on hearing Dacia was here to sue for peace. Despite this, the prince feels a great discomfort. At the entrance stands a small host of knights, and in their middle is the silver Aegis, armed and armored. The general approaches with the prince, and the Aegis moves to meet them in the middle. A silence hangs. Your mother will be glad to have you by her side again, sire, she says to the prince, and I am glad to see you alive and well. She turns her attention to the Dacian general. I'm told you're here to talk peace with the Queen. As it stands, myself and my Aegises are all that remains between you and Her Majesty the Queen. Tell me, Dacian, why should I let you go any further? The general pulls off his helmet and holds it under one arm. I have seen the zealots myself, dead and burned, and I am told they were responsible for Lakefort, acting against your queen's will, taking advantage of the absence of your king. He pauses and nods. Dacia is willing to move past this conflict, and as a token of trust, we return to you, your prince. What of the oldest, the heir? The Aegis scans the host of Dacians, her helmet still on. All our efforts to find him were in vain. He has eluded us completely. The Aegis looks back and forth across the Dacians twice more. She is a steel fortress, foreboding and immovable, shining both silver from the moon and orange from the braziers. That is regrettable. Well, Her Majesty remains skeptical. You will understand that she has requested to see her son return to her before any further talks. The general nods again. I do understand. And you will understand that I request to send at least one of my own in with the prince, to confirm circumstances firsthand. The Aegis gives a shrug. Fine. You, come with us. She points at one of the Dacians. The silver Aegis, the prince, and the helmeted Dacian enter the palace together. My friends, please, follow me.
It's almost done, though.
That's him, dude.
Is it me, or has that Abbey been getting bigger as time goes on?
This is the new queen. The new queen is the
I think you're right.
All here.
Made it.
Hey, look, boy, they have a dragon.
This from Blackwing Lair.
Oh, what's that?
Not
Good.
quite.
Still made it just in time. Good.
It's a 20-year-old meme.
Did Treijim crash?
That would be...
Friend, are you there?
Just a moment, travelers. So far, we believe everything to be under control. Rendizo, has Gate 3 shown any strange readings recently?
I can't grab him, boy. He's a ghost. It's up to you.
The throne room is tall, empty, and cold. Any comfort offered by the gentle moon withheld by stained glass. Upon the throne sits the Queen. She makes no movement upon seeing her own son. The silver aegis approaches the Queen and takes a knee. Your Majesty, the aegis gestures behind herself. The Dacians have proven useful. The royal family is reunited. The prince blinks. Reunited? But what of his brother? The Queen says nothing. The prince looks at her from across the room, at her empty eyes, at her regal crown, and sudden pressure builds in his mind. He feels his own crown respond. It's too much. He drops to all fours with a cry. Steel sings as the helmeted Dacian draws his sword. The aegis slowly, calmly stands, still facing the throne, and draws her own sword, very intentionally, the blade and hilt glimmering. But that is not the silver aegis's sword. She pulls off her own gauntlet and draws the blade across her exposed palm, unflinching. The crimson trail begins to glow, and it catches fire. The flames erupt with a roar, and the aegis is engulfed. And when the inferno dies, the Inquisitor stands in her place. He turns to the prince, his robes whirling, his eyes gleaming, the moonlight blood red. Without warning, the helmeted Dacian runs at the Inquisitor, leaping at him for a strike. With barely any effort and a flash of flame, the Inquisitor knocks him aside. Metal clangs as the Dacian's dented helmet bounces away, and the prince's heart drops as he realizes who the Dacian actually is. I owe you my utmost gratitude, young sire, the Inquisitor says to the prince. You brought the Dacian directly to me, and I suppose I must also thank your brother for providing me with such a convenient opportunity. Why, nobody but he and I knew the Silver Aegis's true fate. She has made the perfect disguise. The prince, still unable to stand, still feeling a weight in his mind, stares in disbelief. My own brother killed the Aegis? No, he wouldn't. He told me he didn't. He swore. It's a lie.
You're also invisible.
Oh, I'm afraid it's not a lie. Although, to be fair, I don't think he killed her intentionally. One might call it a rather unfortunate sequence of events that he violently initiated. Fairness aside, there is work to be done. My young prince, I have no qualm with you. We have spoken already. Come to see eye to eye, if you will. No, you are not the problem here. You are not the thorn in my side. And he points the glimmering sword at the prince's brother, just now recovering from the blow.
The heir will not become king. He has joined the ranks of our enemy, murdered his own mentor and guardian, betrayed his own kingdom and turned his back to God, and so he must perish in divine flames. And the sword ignites, casting brilliance throughout the dim chamber, and the Inquisitor's eye sockets are empty, burning with embers. I don't care about being king, the brother says, grabbing his own weapon and struggling to his feet. I don't even care about Dacia anymore. They didn't start the war. It was my brother's own gift. I don't exactly know how his gift works, but I do know that he didn't mean it. He didn't want there to be a war. He didn't want to cause the storm. He needs help. Someone to look up to. Someone who won't leave him. And I'm his brother, and it's my duty to look after him. He means the world to me. I would die for him. Do you hear me, Inquisitor? I would die for him! Oh. Oh, really? How convenient. Time to pay the price! The Inquisitor plants both feet firmly on the ground and thrusts his offhand forth. A lick of fire erupts from his fingertips, blazing toward the brother. The prince is paralyzed by the crown. Travelers, you have 1 minute to decide what the brother is doing. Discuss.
Okay, first part we block with the shield. We block with the shield. I know all the steps. We block with the shield first.
Alright, block it is.
You are a good man.
Block with the shield.
This ought to be interesting. It shall be interesting.
Can I do a chocolate rock
But yeah, block with the shield. First option, block with the shield.
Oh no. This music is banging.
Now, travelers, I am going to call upon Lady Elowen. Do you speak, traveler?
Yes.
Very well. Tell me, what does the brother do?
He's gonna block with the shield?
Block with the shield. The brother realizes he does not have time to move. Barely managing to get up on one knee, he brings the Dacian shield up and uses both hands to ready it. The fire slams into it and it roars, scorching the shield, burning the brother's arms. After a moment, the fire subsides and the brother drops the burned shield. Its fragments scatter as it hits the stone floor. The Inquisitor readies the glimmering sword, leaps forth, swinging the mighty blade down toward the brother. The prince is still paralyzed. What does the brother do?
He deflects with the sword. Deflects with the sword. Basically a sword clash.
A good move.
Shield, but he also has something
A good
else.
move. Deflecting with the sword.
No.
Yeah, for now.
Yes.
I know the exact order to get to the good ending.
Man, you look so cool, by the way.
It's sword deflect. He deflects with
Got a little
the
whisker
sword.
small
With the sword.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Good answer.
So, deflect
Reminds
with the
me of a-
sword. If you are asked to say deflect with the sword.
Good answer.
Where are you?
Your time is up. Crazed McGee. I see you swiveling. Do you speak? That looks like a 1 moment to me. 1 moment, friends. Are they typing?
No rush.
Sadly, I don't know many words. You'll have to ask another.
Perfectly fine. Let's go to... So many choices. Skull. What is the brother doing?
He is deflecting with the sword. It is a clash of blades.
He's using his sword very well. The brother stays on one knee and watches carefully. For a moment, for just a moment, he is back in time training with the Silver Aegis. And he waits for the right moment. And when it comes, he brings the Dacian sword up. It collides with the great blade of his enemy, and fiery sparks fly. With all his might, he pushes and rotates, and his parry is successful. But the Dacian sword has been bent uselessly by the force of the blow. The Inquisitor lands on his feet, he and his sword both unharmed. The Inquisitor steps back, glaring down on the brother who is still trying to stand. The Inquisitor raises one arm heavenward and fire begins to gather in his palm. The prince remains paralyzed. What does the brother do?
He uses his own gift. Shadowborn, he uses his own gift.
Okay, uses his own gift.
Shadowborn, he uses his own gift.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting.
He uses his
Shadowborn
own gift.
uses his own gift.
How
Very well. Travelers. I'm beginning to forget who I've asked and who I haven't with such a small group. The first person who can give me an answer to this sum is going to be chosen. 4 plus 11.
15. 15.
That was 100 feet. I'm a man of my word. I've asked you before, but I'm asking you again. What does the brother do?
He uses his own gift.
He is the Shadowborn.
He's the Shadowborn.
Gift. Very well. The brother is reluctant, but he swallows it. There is no more time for secrets. He closes his eyes and lets the familiar feeling float up from his feet. Darkness consumes him. He is a shadow, swift and silent, and he has a few moments to reposition himself with minimal chance of the Inquisitor spotting his movements. The Inquisitor raises a brow as the Shadowborn uses his Miracle of Darkness. He heaves the mighty fireball up and sends it into a corner of the throne room, missing the brother, but illuminating most of the chamber. The brother has only moments to make use of what little darkness remains. The prince is still paralyzed. What does the brother do?
Goes to the prince and retrieves his sword. Goes to the prince and retrieves his sword.
Retrieves the sword from the prince.
Gotta take
Very
the
wise
sword.
decision. Retrieves the sword from the prince.
Here, can I have this?
Very wise
Thanks.
decision.
Huh?
Yeah, no, just
Yeah.
borrowing your, just borrowing.
Basically same model as the
Travelers,
bought it on booth.
the first person to correctly answer this sum will be chosen next. But if you have spoken this combat, please remain silent. 420 plus 69.
420 plus 69. That's a 99.
Equalization. You are not distracted by my funny numbers. You have been chosen.
489. 489.
What?
So he's gonna...
Equalization.
489.
What does the brother do?
I'm gonna go to the fritz and retrieve the sword.
I'm not good at math.
A very wise decision.
Every time the chanting starts, I have to stop and listen. Apologies. The brother's shadow rushes toward the prince as fire and light spread. As the light reaches the prince, the Inquisitor sees the brother reappear right there, wielding a small but regal sword. The brother staggers away from the prince, momentarily dizzied by being forced out of his shadow. The Inquisitor lets out a short burst of laughter and leaps toward the brothers landing beside the prince. He sheathes the glimmering sword, reaches down, and with no effort lifts the incapacitated prince by his neck. Surrender, he commands. What does the brother do?
He throws his sword at the queen. He throws his sword at the queen. It is not the queen, it is just a doll. Throw the sword at...
How strange. Very well. Yep. Throws the sword.
That's interesting. Why would they do that?
It's not actually the queen. It's a doll. Throws the sword at the queen.
Throws the sword at the queen. Very well.
Hey, salty boys, these ribs were good, boy. I got dinner and a show.
Don't mind me, I'm just trying to be the Inquisitor.
Yeah,
I like ribs.
Remember, if he calls on you, say, throws sword at the queen.
Travelers, listen carefully. Solve the following to answer first. What is the 7th decimal of pi?
3.94. 3.14.
I know this. 7th
The
decimal.
7th decimal.
This requires you to actually know what the fuck the number is.
No, 6. 6. It is 6.
Kirby, 6. You have given the answer. The answer is 6.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to put on you a choice. I know what you want to say. However, if you want to see an ending that hasn't been reached before, if you want to be the one responsible for dooming this narrative, then this is the turning point. Kirby, K Kirby 999. What can you live with?
Do you people want to see the new unseen ending?
No,
Or do you
it
want
is
to...
your choice. Decide now.
Very well. As much as I want to win, the prince unfortunately throws the sword at the queen.
You mean the brother throws the sword?
Yes.
Is that what I said?
Who is technically a prince?
That's what you meant.
Yes. Very well. The brother throws the sword at the queen. Everything slows down. The brother looks at the prince dangling there, alive yet consumed by the glowing crown. He looks at the Inquisitor, grinning, domineering, truly a warrior sent by God, or by a demon from the abyss. The prince looks over his shoulder And as he turns, he pivots on one foot and throws his own sword. He throws it at his own mother. It soars across the throne room, blade first spiraling, and it plunges into porcelain. Clay shards go flying as a shrill shattering sound fills the tall chamber. The prince opens his eyes. The pressure eases. The queen's crown falls. She was a porcelain doll. The Inquisitor seems unperturbed. He keeps a firm hold on the prince, and in his other palm a divine fire grows, ready to end the prince's life. The prince and brother can both act. You must all decide what both brothers will do.
Alright, so this is... So, the brother runs toward the Inquisitor and goes for an attack while the prince uses his gift to get the Inquisitor's sword into the brother's hands.
Okay, so, if I remember correctly, brother charges at the Inquisitor while the prince imagines the Inquisitor's sword in the brother's hand. Is that correct?
There's... yeah.
Yes. Very well.
Sword, yeah.
My brain ain't that smart.
What that said.
What do you mean?
I apologize.
Because the prince's gift allows him to do whatever. If he imagines something hard enough, it'll actually happen. So if he imagines the Inquisitor's sword in his brother's hand while the brother is going for an attack on the Inquisitor, the brother will have the sword in his hand by the end of it.
I know I'm supposed to be the Inquisitor, but at least I'm a good sport.
This is my first time seeing Chapter 5. I like it.
Yeah.
Then at least you'll see the good ending, my friend.
Travelers, your attention.
I don't crack.
A math problem approaches. Whoever answers first gets it first. If you have already answered in this combat, please withhold. Damn it. Solve the following. 77 plus 33.
77 plus 33? Damn, that's like 110. Actually 109.
Tahora, have you answered in this combat?
No. I don't think I've
Very
ever
well.
answered in any.
You have solved. Why are you laughing? That was a hard formula. A hard sum.
Yeah,
Tahora, what does the prince do and what does the brother do?
Alright. This guy explained that one has to rush the dude, and then the other one has to imagine that the other guy's sword in his hand. Yeah.
Okay.
Telekinesis. Which one's which? I don't know.
Basically,
The brother has to rush the Inquisitor with nothing in his hands, and the prince has to imagine the Inquisitor's sword in the brother's hands. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
That sounds insane, doesn't it?
It does.
Well,
sometimes the most insane things are the
this
best ones.
is what happens.
Alright, get in position.
The brothers do not understand what's happening. Their mother isn't here. Then where is she? They look at one another, making eye contact for a heartbeat. The prince's gaze shifts down and to the side, toward the Inquisitor's sword, and the brother understands. The brother begins to run at the Inquisitor empty-handed. The Inquisitor laughs and his divine fire grows. The brother leaps at their great foe. The Inquisitor turns his attention away, confident, bringing his other hand in, and he begins to swing for the prince's head with a crackling ball of fire. The fireborn stops He looks down. The brother has his feet planted on the Inquisitor's chest, and the young heir is holding the shimmering blade, the end of which protrudes from the Inquisitor's back. The Inquisitor lets go of the prince and looks up into the brother's eyes. No. How did you... But the Inquisitor cannot finish his words, for he slowly crumbles to ash, his mouth agape in a silent, eternal scream. The prince embraces his brother, sobbing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. With the help of the Dacian general and his men, they find the queen. She indeed bore her own ornate crown, much like the prince's. A master crown. Without the Inquisitor, she has no choice but to reveal that she was speaking inside the prince's mind, influencing his decisions, and she is duly locked away in a tower of the palace. And the master crown is destroyed, its pieces buried in a memorial under the town of Felden, in an ancient, hidden temple. The brother's coronation is held shortly thereafter, and he, the new king of Elazareth, finally makes peace with the Dacians. But my friends, this story is not quite yet over. Please, follow me.
Nami?
The math was...
Nami.
So this is what you learn math in school for. To solve your
not
Other unseen ending on the next tour, I guess.
I'm good at math.
In some cases, that's a bit of a trick question.
I know, it's 2 10s. God damn it.
How was I? Was I a good
McGee.
Inquisitor?
You joined me at spawn, and we came back to the room, which stopped the battle music. Unfortunately, you missed out on the wonderful music of the final battle. I highly encourage you to ask Treijim later for the name of the song so that you can listen to it. It's one of the best battle music themes we have in VRTravellers.
Oh, hey, you and you.
I was
Can we
here
take a selfie
before.
after this?
Okay.
I might do some fan art of this.
I know the music.
2D or 3D?
2D art.
My friends,
What media?
please lend me your attention for this story's conclusion. The prince and his brother, the king, looking out across the kingdom. The brother turns and smiles. There you are, he says. You got my message then? Ah, how are your wounds? He leans in to inspect his younger brother. I'm fine, the prince says. My neck is a bit sore, but I'm fine. What did you want to talk about? The brother turns back to the balcony view. His expression tightens, and then softens. Good. Good. I'm glad you're all right. That man has left scars across our kingdom that need attention. Our kingdom? The brother continues to look out across Moravos. I know you're still young, but, well, we've been through a lot, haven't we? And I saw how you were out there. You've been gifted a great miracle by Varna. We've all seen it. We've all felt it. He turns back. And that crown. The prince reaches up and touches it, something he has been able to do only recently. It makes it a lot stronger, but I'm more aware of it. Yes, I think I'm starting to get used to it. The brother smiles. That's a relief. Well, the Oracle of Elazareth has a lot of work to do. The church is in pieces. There are rumors of zealots still hiding in the underworks. The Aegises need a new leader. We have a journey to Laodicea to make together. And the people are looking up for answers. He places a hand on his younger brother's shoulders. Then the prince looks around. We need to find a new oracle, don't we? Yes, we do. Who do you have in mind? The Oceanborn. The prince's stomach begins to churn. No, it's too much. It's too scary. He's going to make mistakes. More people will die. He'll get blamed. Another war will start. Listen. The brother's voice brings him back. I know how frightening this is. When we first ran away, part of me was glad. Good, I thought. Now I don't have to worry about becoming king. I was so scared. I still am. Every day when I wake up and every night when I close my eyes, it doesn't end. But you know what? Whenever I feel that fear creeping up, I think about all the things I have. People who look up to me, a brother that needs me, and a mother who, one day, we will cure. And when I think about these things, it's like the clouds part a little, and the sun comes out. I promise you this. If you want to become the next oracle, then I will look out for you, just like I know you'll look out for me. Just imagine what you and I could do for Elazareth, Shadowborn and Oceanborn, king and oracle, miracle-wielding brothers. And knowing that, doesn't that just make everything a little bit less scary? The prince thinks long and hard about the offer. He wants to. He really, truly wants to. He loves his brother dearly, but the fear is profound. What if he isn't good enough? What if he does something wrong? The brother steps away, approaches the balustrade, and climbs on it, holding a pillar for support. He faces the sky with his eyes closed, and for a few moments, the prince is filled with peace. There are better days ahead. I promise. The king looks back, haloed against a golden glow, and offers his hand. And the prince takes it.
That was absolutely beautiful. The frame, the end on that one handshake. It's just, I could have taken a snapshot of it, but still.
My dear friends, welcome to the good ending of The Prince.
You're
For
welcome.
those who are new here, there'll be some announcements in a couple of minutes by Sheen, so please remain here while us tour guides realign our ether. If you would like to take a group photo, please do so here and now. We tour guides will stand in place, and after you take this photo, Sheen will deliver his announcements.
Wait, where'd they go? Where'd the other one go?
Oh, they're over there.
Over where?
Yeah, but yeah, Nami, what did you think?
Oh, great, there you are.
Yeah, let's take a quick photo because I have to go. My controller.
You were phenomenal as the brother.
Oh man, let me stand over here.
Alright.
Did you think my Morphonite avatar fit the role as the Inquisitor?
Hey, salty boy.
Thank you.
Give me a second.
Hey, boy.
Camera. Damn you!
All right, hold on.
Backface calling boxes.
You know what?
Might want to be careful because people are trying to get some pics.
My shall get back here for a picture.
But I want to
Anything
with
is
you,
possible when you make it.
Why isn't he something?
Let's see if I can.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna slit his neck.
There we go. Perfect height.
I'm gonna bring my blade around his throat.
Now, how do I use this camera? I never used this camera before. Oh, photo camera, but like, how do I make it
I'm like
move
forgetting
around the
how
world
to
like what Craig
See
is
the
doing?
toggle that says flying?
I am so blind. It is literally right there. Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
The photo, timed, camera mode, and flying.
Ah, camera mode. Okay, that.
No, right next
Okay,
to
I
the
see
camera
photo,
mode, there's
stream, and
Oh wow, yeah, this is wicked pretty.
Flying, duh. I see it.
Alright, and then you use your turnaround thing to rotate it. There you go.
There we go. Bit close. Let me just get my sword ready.
Who's that sneaking off? Stop sneaking. Stand and join the picture. Excuse me, Kirby. Your wings are very wide and covering people.
Sorry, I just wanted to get one selfie, that's all. Take a time photo. Got it.
Now take your place above you. That might be the best if you still wanted to be that look.
Alright. Bonk. And heart.
I'm running circles around you. You're like a car
Indigo
crash
is
in
an
slow
asset.
motion. It's like I'm watching. I threw away.
Indigo has that.
What'd you say?
Oh, nothing. I recognize the stars around head.
Travelers, I believe you're done with the photos. Is that correct?
I hope so. Give it enough time.
Kitty,
You trying to spend a lot of time, I hope so.
All right, travelers, a few announcements, and then after the announcements, we'll open a portal to the after party back at the rendezvous. Listen carefully. Travelers, please put your hands together for the one, the only, Treijim the tour guide.
Hey, boy.
Treijim, a beautiful, fantastic performance. The mixture of the music,
for the Treijim.
the words, the presentation, and the timing. All of it. Utterly unmatched. Thank you, Treijim, for being you.
Yes.
Now then, oh wow, if you look up, the sunbeams suddenly get really big. Didn't notice that until now.
Oh, I've noticed.
Now then, travelers.
Oh.
Thank you for joining us. As you know, we create immersive story-based tours with original writing, beautiful worlds, and a wholesome team effort. We do this for fun. We do this for free. We do this to be a bright spot in the world. We do ask one thing in return, is that you join our Discord. And there you post photos or comments from today's tour. The Discord link can be found in my status in VR chat, or Treijim's status as well. There in our Discord, you can talk with the community and see screenshots from our other tours. And you can discuss the secrets on how to unlock the various endings in all of our tours, as well as the over-connecting lore between them all. Finally, if you really enjoy the work our team puts into this, and you want to help us write more stories and create more beautiful worlds, please support us on Patreon. Our Patreon is only $3 per month, and joining grants you eligibility to play character NPCs of today. Joining the Patreon at the $3 rank, the lowest rank, also grants you access to the hidden Discord channel. There, you can see updates to current projects we're working on. For example, The Painter 2. I do my best to post updates there every week or so with screenshots or information about The Painter 2, my next masterpiece. Now then, travelers, once again, I want to thank you. And, oh yes, if you need help in finding the information to our Patreon or anything else, go to the info channel of our Discord. You'll find everything there. One more announcement before I give the floor away. As you know, Treijim's been doing tour after tour while I'm busy working on The Painter 2. And he needs his rest. And so, we have decided to possibly do some special events, maybe once or twice a month. I won't say what they are yet, but they're going to be events that would allow Treijim to rest. Some of these events will be reruns of my old tours, like The Painter 1.
Yes!
Oh.
I need to see The Painter 1 so badly.
I likely will not do the appraiser for a long time, because that takes, well, the right seasoned mindset. But we'll be doing other tours, as well as other special events. And we'll leave the details to those for later.
I get another chance to try and dethrone D-Monkey?
Smash tournaments? Possibly at least once or twice a year. But yes, other special events besides Smash tournaments. Now then, travelers, in just a few minutes, I'll open a portal back to the rendezvous for the after party. There, for those of you new here, you can join me at the bar and talk about the tour or order weird drinks. Or you can join Treijim in his library. And you can check out books. As you may or may not know, any liquid that you've heard mentioned in the narrative can be ordered at the bar, and anything that is written or can be read can be ordered as are checked out as a book in Treijim's library. Doing this unlocks secrets to our lore. And that's all, travelers. The floor is yours.